Top. That's been difficult for number one teams this season. The Huskies hosting Michigan. Ray Allen there to check it out. John Beilein, I think a good road test for his team. Stu Douglas, 6 for 8 on threes. He had 20 points. Manny Harris, he had 15. And the Wolverines in this one. Anthony Wright at 3 in transition. 9-0 Michigan run, 29-21 Wolverines. But here comes UConn. Jerome Dyson. He was 3 for 4 on threes. He had 19 points. Game tied at 31. Michigan still up by 1 at the break. We go to the second half. UConn down 2. Hasheem Thabeet, you know about him on defense, but he's been working on his hands and becoming more of an offensive force. Minutes later, A.J. Price up top for Thabeet. 17 points, 12 boards for Thabeet to go to the 6 blocks. Game tied at 43. Later, Huskies up 2 and running. Dyson, all they can do is foul him, but even that can't stop him. 48-43 after the free throw. Under 7 minutes to go, 7-point game. Douglas, 3 more, 4-point game. Douglas still not ready to go. Lead back down to 5, but next UConn possession, Craig Austrie. Let's get out of here. UConn goes on to win at 69-61. That's 11 in a row for the Huskies. Just now, Miami knocked off Wake Forest on Wednesday. Duke got blown out by Clemson, so some intrigue as the Canes and Devils hooked up at Cameron. We pick it up second half. Miami down 4. James Dews to Dwayne Collins, who puts it down on Greg Paulus, who's back in the starting lineup. Paulus tried to jump with him, but it didn't work out like he thought it might. Miami goes up 1. John Shire, 3 ball. He had 22. Duke up 4. Miami down 2. I don't know if you know about Jack McClinton, but you better find out. Step back 3, bang, bang, bang. 5 of 6 on threes from McClinton. Miami back on top. Gerald Henderson with the answer. Duke back up 1. 20 seconds left to go. Miami down 3. McClinton, he's got no conscience, but he's got range. Tied it at 68. McClinton with 34. 6 seconds to go. John Shire, no. Kyle Singler, a chance for the putback. That's no good. They go to overtime. Coach K said you can't forget about Clemson. That has to be destroyed. Talking about his team's effort in that game. Much better in this one. Singler helping to destroy it. He had 17. Duke up 4. And then Henderson. Dagger. 19 for him, and Duke goes on to win it. Devils bounce back 78-75.
Number 2, Oklahoma hosting Colorado. Blake Griffin, 8 points shy of 1,000 points. Early on, Austin Johnson going up top. There's the big man. Feed him! Griffin with the finish. Later in the half, more high flying. Half-court alley-oop to Griffin from Willie Warren. Warren looking like quarterback Sam Bradford. Accurate. Griffin, the 3rd Sooner to break 1,000 points as a sophomore. Second half, more the same. Griffin steals the ball, pulls out the windmill. Ooh. Get some Scotch tape and put this dunk on the wall. It is beautiful. Oh. He's a big man. He's pulling the windmill out. Later in the half now, Oklahoma up 9. How about high percentage again? The monster jam from Blake. 11 of 14 from the field. He finished with 26 points, 12 rebounds. Tony Crocker, 7 threes in this one. He finished with 24 points. Oklahoma wins. Nice rebound. Crocker wide open, long sleeves and all. The long jumper. Oklahoma wins 74-72. They're rolling.
Horns at Nebraska. They had lost their last 2 games, both at home, and they've had their problems in Lincoln historically. 3 minutes left, tied at 48. A.J. Abrams misses, but Gary Johnson follows up in a big way, and Texas up 2. Under a minute to go. Ade Dagunduro. 3 ball. He had 17 points, 9 boards. Nebraska up 4. Under 40 seconds to go. When Texas needs something, it's Abrams who usually gives it to him. He got it. Nebraska still up 1, though 16 for Abrams. Nebraska will go to 3 on free throws. Justin Mason, no good. Nebraska overcomes Texas 58-55, and Huskers coach Doc Sadler overcome after it was over.
9th-ranked Xavier, only 2 losses in the A-10 the last 2 years, taking on Duquesne. First half, it's the Dukes. Damian Saunders up top, knocking down the 3. Duquesne up by 7. Then it's Bill Clark in the corner, wide open. Why not? The Dukes up by 12. Clark again, same side. Another 3. They were up by 15 at the half in Pittsburgh. Second half, it's Jason Duty in the corner. Great ball movement. Duquesne snaps a 24-game losing streak to ranked opponents. Let's celebrate on the floor. 72-68 the final. This season, look at this. Dean Smith James Worthy watching on. All about Tyler Hansbrough. Needs 16 points to pass Dickie Hemrick as the ACC's second leading scorer all time. First half, Hansbrough, top of the key. 8 points in the first half. Later now, Hansbrough sets the screen, and Wayne Ellington open for the three in the corner. Ellington with 20 points. That's a game high. Second half now, Heels cruising. Deon Thompson feeding a wide open. How is Hansbrough this wide open? He finished with 15 points, tied with Hemrick for second all-time in ACC scoring. So Virginia covers him here with three defenders. Danny Green, wide open. He had 17 points. North Carolina wins 76-61. Next up, Duke, Wednesday on ESPN.
Number 10, Clemson, coming off that blowout of Duke. They told Florida State to come get some at Little John Saturday. Started good for the Tigers. Clemson up 17. Second half, David Potter. Clemson up 19 with under 15 minutes to go. We got the clock right there to prove it. Looks like they were going to blow Florida State out too, but here come the Noles. Chris Singleton, 3 will cut it to 11. 6 minutes to go now. Xavier Gibson, 9-point game after he gets the roll. Tony Douglas did plenty. Open 3 there. Cuts it to a 6-point game, 23 for Douglas. Under 3 minutes to go, DeMontez Stitt, get it out of here. Solomon Alabi with the block. And Douglas goes to Luke Locks, his only bucket of the game, but it made it a 1-point game. Next Florida State possession, Alabi. Nice move in the lane, 17 for him. Florida State up 1, 35-15 run in a span of 12 minutes and 22 seconds. Under 30 seconds to go, Clemson really needs a 3. Trevor Booker can't come up with it. Florida State wins it 65-61. Both teams now 5-3 in the ACC. Early February, but we had a matchup worthy of late March on ESPN Saturday night. Memphis and Gonzaga getting a tournament-like test from each other. Freshman Tyreke Evans averaging 16.8 points per game to lead Memphis. Turnovers, a problem for Gonzaga in the first half. Here's Bob Knight on the Memphis defense.
Gonzaga is just not used to playing against somebody like this. The thing that Memphis has that may be going for them more than anything else is they do this every day in practice. That team is from one end to the other, quick, aggressive. Gonzaga cannot duplicate Memphis practices.
Coach knows what he's talking about. Gonzaga 7 turnovers in 8 possessions. They had 10 in the first half. We mentioned Tyreke Evans. Boy, he's a talented player. Up top for Robert Dozier. Dozier with 18 points and 10 rebounds. So you see he can feed his teammates. How about creating for himself? The 3 off the bounce. 14 points in the first half for Evans. Memphis up 17 at the half. Second half, look at him penetrate. He had 22 points, and Memphis makes a statement. They win this one 68-50 over the Zags.
Davidson looking to tie a Southern Conference record with 44 straight wins, regular season wins, taking on Charleston, and Steph Curry averaging 29 points a game, draining the 3, had 19 in the first half, cruising along, but he struggled in the second half. Antoine Wiggins, great defense on Curry all day, and Curry hitting the side of the backboard, held to just 6 points in the second half. Charleston up 2, Tony White Jr. with a jumper. It's a 4-point game. Davidson down 2, Curry 2 seconds left, and the ball blocked by Wiggins. What a block at the buzzer. Impressive. And Charleston ends Davidson's dominance in the SoCon Conference 77-75.
Tonight, the Big East doesn't have any unbeaten teams in conference play, but it does have a winless one. DePaul 0-10 with Pittsburgh in town on Saturday. Levance Fields to Sam Young. Pittsburgh up 6, Young with a double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds. 7 seconds to go in the half. Fields to Jermaine Dixon for 3. Pitt ends the half on a 13-0 run. They were up 9 at the break. Second half, Pitt up 10. Fields and DeJuan Blair working the pick and roll. And Fields with great vision. He follows Blair and then finds him for the bucket in the foul. Fields career high 16 assists. Pittsburgh up 13 after the free throw. And Blair, he was just everywhere. 32 points and 14 rebounds. Pittsburgh shot 38 of 68. So they missed 30 shots, but they had 17 offensive rebounds, and they rolled.
The Wizard, John Wooden, watching on. Notre Dame at number 12, UCLA Irish have lost 6 straight overall. Luke Herringody getting blocked. Herringody just 2 of 12, 5 points. First time in 49 games he failed to score in double figures. Later in the half, Herringody the turnover. Freshman Drew Holiday to Josh Shipp. Yeah. UCLA up by 9. And then Holiday the steal in transition, finding Alfred Aboya wide open. And, I mean, wide open. Holiday 7 assists. Boya 19 points. Holiday again. Another steal. Little give and go between Darren Collison. UCLA goes on to win 89-63. Number 20 Syracuse and Philly to face Dante Cunningham, and number 16 Villanova. Wildcats just 1-4 against ranked opponents. Cunningham, well, he had all kinds of range at the Wachovia Center. Jay Wright said he was happy Cunningham kept shooting. Well, he kept on knocking it down. Cunningham 18 points, 4 rebounds in the first half. Nova up by 15 at the half. Second half, it's the same story. Baseline jumper. He finished with 31 points, matching a career high. Villanova wins 102-85.
Badly needs a road win. West Virginia got thumped in the Carrier Dome this past Wednesday, so they needed to rebound. The Butler did it. Deshaun Butler. Second half, Mountaineers up by 15. More Butler. West Virginia, different team on their home court.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting? Both teams really have given an honest performance. They're not gimmicks. Providence is a veteran team, but West Virginia, they'll try to overachieve because they're undersized.
Providence got blew out. This game was not close, and Alex Ruoff, floater.
Blew out or
season.
blown out. Ruoff had 24. West Virginia wins at 86-59. Game of the day from the Big East, Cincinnati visiting Georgetown. Both of these teams on that proverbial bubble. First half, Hoyas careless with the basketball. Chris Wright dribbles off his own foot. Greg Monroe can't handle it. More Monroe inside. Not how John Thompson III drew it up.
Yeah, really the mental toughness was not there. It's relaxed. It's a lax attitude. The toughest person out there is 66 years old in the booth called Big John Thompson.
Yes, indeed. Tied at 59. A couple chances down the stretch, but a traveling call on Monroe. Neither team would score the rest of the half. To overtime, Austin Freeman now gets it. Tries to draw the foul. No call is made. Freeman leans in. Cincinnati wins a big one, 64-62. Both teams back on the bubble. Time now for the Midnight Express. Oklahoma State taking on Kansas. Kansas still undefeated in the Big 12. Brady Morningstar is a star from 3. Jayhawks up there 11 from 23 from distance. Now the
We don't have to watch this. Let's move on. Move on. 38 straight times. I know.
And
Kansas better than Oklahoma State and Lawrence. Got it.
Tennessee, Auburn. Woo, woo. And how about this upset, fellas? Auburn taking on Tennessee, and give the Tigers all kinds of credit. Tennessee, one final chance. J.P. Prince can't hit. Auburn pulls off the Shaka, 78-77. Washington State Cow. First, Minnesota, Ohio State. And Ohio State gets a huge win. 64-58 in this one as Minnesota suffers another tough loss. Northwestern taking on Iowa. Jeff Peterson knocking down the step-back 3. Hawkeyes by 3. Just over a minute to go. It's more Iowa. This is a big loss for Northwestern. Hey, Joe Lenardi, what does this loss do for Northwestern? Time now for our Gym Gems, the plays of the day. We've already seen some beauties tonight. Let's go to this one, Arizona, Oregon.
Jamel Horn's got to be Horn getting up there.
Yeah. Arizona goes on to win the game, 87-77.
Didn't you used to be Oregon basketball?
Yeah, we did. How about Clemson, Florida State?
Oh, are you kidding me? The floor's shaking here at Little John.
Camera and action.
Florida.
Matchup of ranked Big Ten teams. Both teams, however, coming off conference losses. First half, Illinois up 9-7. Keller, thank you. One-handed slam. Fighting Illini up by 4 later in the first half. Juwan Johnson with the jumper. He's missing, but look, everybody is looking at the basket. What about ball you man? Remember that ball you man, right? Coaches preach that all. Johnson, I'll take that. Thanks. There you go. Now I've scored. Purdue down 23-19. There you see it. That's too simple, actually. Now in the second, Illinois leading 32-28. And take a look at big 7-1 Mike Tisdale. He's playing way out away from the 7-1, way out away from the basket. And he finds his smaller teammate, Mike Davis, who gets on up there. He's playing big for the dunk. Look at it again, Tisdale. You know, at 7-1, you can see over everybody, over the crowd, and you deliver that pass easily. And then here, a give and go with Chester Frazier. A second look at this. Tisdale tied his season high with 2 assists. You got to see both of them here on SportsCenter. Fighting Illini, 55-41. They are rolling. And then Frazier, he wears number 3. He shoots 3. That's fantastic. The Illini come up with a nice upset win over Purdue, 66-48. Up goes Frazier.
All right, Boston College, Wake Forest. The Eagles 4-1 on the road in the ACC. This after going 1-7 away from home in league play last season. Jeff Teague in transition. Demonicans up 27-26. Teague for 3. Right in the middle. And Wake Forest leads by 2. He had 21 in the first half. 8 of 8 free throws, 5 of 8 field goals. Also can distribute. Finds James Johnson. Don't get in a kickboxing fight with him. Wake Forest up 48-47. Al-Farouq Aminu for the layup. He had 26. Teague behind the world to Tony Woods for the jam. Teague only 6 points and 7 assists in the second half. But Wake Forest, they go on to win 93-76. St. John's. Cardinals struggling early. Terrence Williams converting bunnies. Normally good. You know, I spent a summer in Europe trying to convert bunnies. Did you? 19 points in the first half for Louisville. That's the lowest total of any half this season.
You know, they eat the cute animals over there.
Really?
Squirrels.
I don't believe it. Yeah. Really? Under 3 to go in the first half. DJ Kennedy driving, and Samardo Samuel smacked in the grill. He lost 2 teeth on the play. Louisville would find its rhythm, however, in the second half. So after scoring a season-low 19, they outscored St. John's by 16 in the second half to win in the Garden. That was Jerry Smith.
25th ranked Washington at Stanford. That's been a problem. Huskies haven't won at Maples Pavilion since January 30th, 1993. Lost 15 straight. Go there every year, and every year they come home a loser. Second half, Isaiah Thomas. Not that one, this one. There you go. Huskies up 37-34, 17 for Thomas. Less than 3 to go. Cardinal down 5. Landry Fields, nice work one-on-one. Gets that one to drop. 3-point game. Next Huskies possession, though, Thomas gets a high screen, and that's fancy as the Huskies win at 75-68. The streak's over. They go home all happy now.
How's your St. Peter's and Canisius? John Dunn, St. Peter's. 1 minute to go. They're down by 1. Frank Turner. Nobody gets the floater to go. Canisius up by 1. He had 17. Turner did. 25 seconds to go. Greg Loggins throws the inbounds pass, gets away. Both teams tied up, and it's jump ball called. Possession arrow, St. Peter's. 5 seconds to go. 58-57. Nick Leon drives, misses, but Ryan Bacon. Bacon. With the tip in, and St. Peter's winner, chicken bacon dinner.
St. Louis and Richmond. Coach Majerus' kids willing to work overtime. They won an OT against the Canes last time out. Final seconds were tied at 58. Kevin Anderson off balance. No for the Spiders. Let's go to overtime. 11 seconds left in the first overtime. Hint. Tied at 62. David Gonzalez misses the 3. Kwame Mitchell rebound. Drives other end with the lose. He loses the ball. Turnover for the Billikens. We have no shot attempt at the end of the first overtime. So we'll go to a second. St. Louis down 3. Kevin Lish splits the defenders. Bucket. We're going to a third overtime. St. Louis suck the drama out of this baby in the third overtime. Lish the steal. Kwame Mitchell for the lay-in. St. Louis outscores the Spiders 14-1 in the third overtime. They win at 85-72. Curtains outside of A-Rod on Monday. Missouri, Kansas. KU perfect in Big 12 play, ranked 16th and holding Mizzou to 16 first half points. Second half, Kansas up 8. Leo Lyons is blocked by Cole Aldridge, and Travis Relaford in transition. Somebody stop ball. Kansas back up 10. Their lead had gotten down to 3. Later, Missouri down 6. Damari Carroll from 3. Friendly roll, and now back down to 3 for the Tigers. Less than a minute to go. We're knotted up at 58. JT Tiller drops that one. Mizzou up 60-58. The first lead since 11-10. 30 to go. Kansas down 2. Mario Little, cool and clutch for Coach Bill Self. We're knotted at 60. Less than 10 to go. Still 60 all. Zaire Taylor pump fakes, and that is a member's bounce. Kansas, no timeouts. They have to inbound it immediately, and they go with the long pass. Gets into the hands of Aldrich, who heaves it as he's falling down. No basket, no foul. Missouri wins at 62-60. Mike Anderson's first win in 5 tries against KU.
Hoops version of the backyard brawl. 4th-ranked Pittsburgh and West Virginia Mountaineers came in allowing the fewest points per game in the Big East. DeJuan Blair, he figured that out. He had no points in the first half. Ashton Gibbs to Sam Young. Young had his 10th 20-point game of the season. Here, Levance, Fields, and Blair will pick and roll. Fields at 13 points and 7 assists. Here, watch Brad Wanamaker Open up top. Keep an eye on Blair. Mountaineers run out at Wanamaker. That leaves Blair open under the basket with a layup. Blair finishes with 8 points, 9 rebounds in 16 minutes.